super excited to introduce Personio's newest addition to people workflow automation, which is Personio Conversations. I think that everybody that works in HR is familiar with this site. You are often bombarded with a lot of questions across many different channels, sometimes even across different time zones, and employees really would like to get your help fast. These daily interactions that you might be seeing, they have become even harder now that we are remote or partially hybrids. Let's look at some of the examples that you might be encountering. We might have Elise talking to you on Slack, who finally made a hire for her marketing team, but now needs help with getting the visa. Instead of reaching out on Slack to the HR manager directly, Elise would send a message to the Personio app, which would get her in touch with the HR team and submit a request for help. In the future, it would also keep all the updates and notifications directly in Slack in a thread under her request. This is probably one of my favorite features of Conversations, if I would have to say, because for me as an employee, it means that getting help and getting connected to my people team is always just one message away, and I will receive all of the updates exactly where I started the request. So it's very easy for me to keep track of all the open topics that I might have with my people team. For me as an employee, this also removes a lot of the friction and makes it very easy and convenient to adopt a solution like Conversations, because it really comes where I already spent a lot of time. Thanks to those updates, it also ensures a lot of transparency, but still lets me keep this human relationship with whoever is on the other side in the people team. But how does it actually look like then for the HR team? The request that Elise submitted in Slack automatically lands in the inbox in Conversations, where the HR team can then work on it. For the HR team, Conversations provides an easy-to-use interface that covers work from all of the different channels, be it Slack, email, or even people coming up to my desk or people that I meet at the coffee machine. In this tool, you can easily assign, prioritize, and organize other conversations. You can also distribute work in your team, so you can delegate certain conversations to specific team members. You can assign categories to make it easier to keep track of how long or what are the most common topics that employees are asking about. You can track progress, set priorities, and search and filter for different requests and conversations based on a lot of different criteria. All of this makes Conversations a very powerful tool for organizing and prioritizing your work to ensure that you actually never miss any requests and that your employees don't have to wait too long for help. So talking about waiting for long, let's help Ellie with her request. From the request detail, I can now communicate and work with Ellie on resolving her problem. I can reply to a conversation just like I would do on Slack or Teams. I can also send forms to collect additional information. For example, here we send the visa for a new hire form, which allows me to easily collect all the information that I need from, in this case, Ellie, so that I can actually work and help her with that particular request. Additionally, I can also directly from here ask for an approval from virtually anyone in the organization. I can collaborate with my colleagues. So in case I need help from someone else in the team, I can just tag them or communicate with them through internal notes. And I can even work with external partners and vendors to get their feedback or get their input. For example, in this case, if we were working with an external agency or so that helps us with visas, I could just get them involved directly from this conversation. All of these actions I can take from a single place where I also see the full history of every request and all the changes that happened, which is very important also for audit perspective and to be able to go back to specific topics in the future. So I think this is all really exciting, but I know that whenever we talk about things like this, the first question that always pops up is, when is it actually going to be available? I have pretty good news. So we will, with Personio Conversations, we will be starting in early access in August, and then later in the year launching in general availability, including additional features like more localization or knowledge management. Looking more into the future, so beginning of next year, what we're also going to be introducing is AI-powered knowledge automation, which will help you answer repetitive questions automatically so that you don't always have to find the answers for the employees. And together with the custom workflows, we'll also be bringing on more use case automation by the integration of the two products. So thanks a lot. I hope that you are as excited about Conversations as I am. And yeah, now it's time. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those.
Hey Jan, thanks so much. We actually received a couple of questions, so let me quickly read them out to you. Yeah, we received one from Susa, and maybe I put it down in 2 questions because it's a very long question. First question is, if the conversation is in a Slack channel, where the colleagues could write the question, her first question is, would then be a ticket created out of that Slack channel? And her follow-up question is, if so, how to keep it confidential so other colleagues are not seeing these questions, but only HR sees those kind of questions?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the way Conversations work is that employees can either ask their questions directly to the Personio app, which then keeps it private from anyone else. Or if they were to ask a question in the channel, you can also submit a question from there. However, the updates that the employee receives for the question are always private. They're always only between them and the HR team. So that ensures that even if someone asks a question in a public channel, all the updates and the follow-up communication with the HR team will be private only for them and will not be visible by anyone else in the organization.
Great, thank you for the answer. We got another question from Veit. He's asking if this will be part of the regular subscription or how it will be look like within the Personio package.
Thanks for the question. So Conversations will be a new add-on for the Personio subscription. So you will be able to add it to your existing subscription.
All right. We also prepared a little poll, which we will start in a second. So if you are interested in what Jan just recently presented, we will start it in a second when we're finished with the question. We got one from Beat. He is asking, or I hope it's a he, I'm sorry if I mistake. He or she is asking, how do we get early access to the communications?
Good question. So just like with the custom workflows, the best way is to just get in touch with your account manager, and they can help you then get started with it.
Great, thank you, Jan. We received another question, but having a look on the time, we will put that in the community recap post, and we can follow up on that. Sally, just saw your question coming in. So we can start the poll, it's already up. So if you're interested in using that feature, please let us know. And as Jan, for example, just said, one of our growth managers will then directly reach out to you and contact you with more information when the subscription is starting. Thank you very much, Jan.
Thanks a lot.